The New World expansion is looking awesome. Vampires, wolves, a new procedurally generated dungeon, overhaul endgame and progression, as well as a new raid. It's a lot of content for free. But let's say you're a new player. How do you actually start this game and be ready for the new expansion? Or let's say you're a returning player and you just log in back into your character, saw the map and don't know where to start and what to do. On this video, we're gonna go through everything you want to do before the expansion actually releases. And honestly, it's not that much. You should be done in no time. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning. And let's get into it. The first thing you're gonna have to do, guys, is to buy the game, as it is indeed not a free game. If you already had New World from back in the day on its original launch, the only thing you're gonna have to do is buy New World Rise of the Angry Earth. This will give you the full game. It's not expensive. If instead you wanna buy the whole edition because you never had this game at all, you're gonna have to buy New World Eternum Standard Edition, and the expansion will be free. It would be kind of nice that, you know, they had a bit of a free trial, and I'm sure that sometimes they do some free to play like weekends or whatever, but well, I don't really know when the next one is gonna be. The first thing you want to do is create an actual character, or well, if you already had a character, just like you can see right here, it most likely got transferred from another server into whichever server you choose now. So you're gonna have to go in here and select world. For this, I heavily recommend you to put a server that is very close to you, as ping in New World is very significant. So don't go like another region. It's a bad idea. But it's also very important to know that you cannot change regions. If you're in South America and you get to a server from South America, your character is there, it will stay there forever. You cannot buy a transfer. It just doesn't exist in this game, which is kind of annoying. But if you are afraid, you want to play some friends and you don't know how good the ping or bad the ping is going to be, create a new character, try it out, see if it's good enough for you. There's not that many servers anymore compared to back in the day, so it should be easy to pick wherever you want to go to. If you just want to create a new character, press create new character, and well, do it. You're gonna get a little bit of a cutscene, you can skip it if you want, and then you're gonna choose one of the archetypes. Now, these are not classes. You can get all of these things in any character afterwards as well. It's just what you start with. If you know, like a rapier and a musket, you could pick this one to start with this. You like a sword, a shield, and a hatchet. If you like a greatsword and a pistol, blunderbuss, this thing. You choose this. You can customize your character however you want, and then you can create your name. The leveling campaign is actually pretty fun, and I will just focus on doing that. The tutorial and everything that the game tells you to do, and you'll be in max level in no time. The story has been completely revamped from the actual launch, and it actually just, I don't know, man, it's pretty immersing, pretty fun. It's honestly a pretty good MMORPG story, I think. Not some chosen one stuff, but some actual, like, immersive in the world of New World experience. Now, while you're leveling, I heavily recommend you to just do a little bit of mining, of gathering, getting some wood, getting some harvesting materials. You're gonna want to get them eventually, so might as well, while you're doing some quests from the main story, gather up some stuff and start leveling your trade skills. Especially something like leatherworking that you just do by killing some animals which are indeed in the game and gathering their leather. This is not something that is completely necessary, but the game is indeed heavily focused about gathering and exploring the world, just like something like old school RuneScape would be. So yeah. If you don't want to deal with the crafting, you can just go to your stash every time you get too much from your gathering, every time you go back to town, and just deposit it on one of your town stashes. Every one of them is like one little bank, so you have a lot to use here. You can also start doing your faction quests while you're leveling. This will give you a lot of interesting rewards to gear up from the leveling process till the end game as well. I've actually just got to Paladin for the first time. Well, I need to finish it, but I'm gonna be able to unlock some very cool items here. And the thing is, you can get these little quests while you're doing your main story missions. Every time you go back to town, see if they're around close to whatever you're going for your main quest, And if they're on the way, for example, you can just go do them. If not, you can skip them and get something else. That is the beauty of New World leveling. You have a lot of things to do beside the main story quest. You want to do the main story quest, but there's so many other things that will distract you in the meantime, making it super fresh and exciting. You can also just try some new weapons in the meantime to test them all out and level them with their special skills and respect them when you need to. Eventually, when you're leveling, you're gonna get to Brimstone's Sands, and you want to do this whole storyline, this whole campaign to get ready for the new expansion. Mainly because you get this special items called heart runes that are essentially new abilities for your character, and you do want to use them. That's gonna be the biggest important part, but just doing the story will be enough. If you're a returning player and you have not done Brimstone Sands, I heavily recommend you to go check out this Reddit post with all the quests you need to do to get till this expansion and the expansion after this to be ready for the new one, as you will have to do all the Brimstone Sands main story quest line and also the Elysian Wilds main story quest line. When you finish the end of New Eden, the end of Elysian Wilds, you will be ready to get into the new expansion on October. Now, after this, after being done with the main story questline, what you want to do is get your beautiful mount. By doing the Elysian Wilds questline, you probably already got your mount, just doing the main story, but there's something more you're gonna have to do. You want to get your riding to level 250. This will make you have the most amount of speed and all of these little bonuses that you can put into your mount to get them cool abilities and also, of course, more speed. In order to check the quest lines that you need to do this and get the 250 riding, just check for mount quests and they will appear on your map. Sadly, this part is very, very annoying. You're just gonna have to go through the map, going from one point to the other as fast as possible to finish the races. But the races are pretty boring. They don't really have anything to do other than just walk and dash from time to time. Hopefully you don't get stuck in a rock or take the wrong path, because you will lose a lot of time. And sometimes these races take like 10 minutes. So just start watching something on Netflix where you're doing this at the same time, guys. It's kind of boring, okay? And honestly, after this, you probably are kind of ready to go and play the expansion. Now, there's a lot of other things that you can do, and we're gonna go through them. But at this point, I would feel pretty much like, yeah, there's probably other things to do, but I can do them while leveling on the new expansion, so it's not that big of a deal. That being said, if you really want to be efficient and want to do even more, this is what you can do. The first thing you want to do, if you really want to blast and be completely ready, is to finish your Covenant. Well, your faction. I'm Covenant. You're gonna have to pick whichever you want between the Marauders, the Syndicate, and the Covenant. It's all about roleplay, and depending on the guild you want to join, you'll have to join or switch. But the new player, just go for whatever you actually like the most. If you want to grind the entire way up to the maximum, and you want to do this in order to get the full rewards, you're gonna have to do the infamous run, the infamous farm in Warden's Rise, in the Great Cleave. You're gonna go into the open faction board, get yourself all of the PvP quests, obviously enable PvP, and do a little bit of a run that you'll have to do over and over and over again. And essentially, you're gonna go here to this little spot, you're gonna pick up an item, then you're gonna go here to pick up 5 chests, and then you're gonna deliver this item, usually around here. The middle one here is just hold the Divide for 1 minute and 30 seconds. It just means be in the zone for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And you will be done by just going back to the original camp you started in. You cannot die in this run. If you die, you'll have to start over. This usually isn't a real big of a deal. And you can start getting some beautiful gear while you're doing this as well. Sometimes there's gonna be players who are gonna kill you because it is PvP, but it almost never happens because everybody that is here knows that you're just farming for your faction. So people usually don't do anything. Just don't attack them, guys, because they'll attack you back, okay? And the cool thing is that while you're doing this, you're gonna find some beautiful materials that you can pick up to level up your gathering. And obviously you're gonna have to kill some enemies as well. And this means that you can take this chance to level up your beautiful weapons. I heavily recommend you that as soon as you're done with one of your weapons and you have at maximum level 20, you should just switch them while you're doing these runs so you can start leveling up something else. I heavily recommend you while you're doing this, guys, to please get yourself some Netflix in the meantime, okay? Because it'll be a little bit of a grind to do this over and over again. If it's very, very boring, guys, you can go do some other things inside of the game that we'll talk about just after this section. Once you're done, come back to the same that you talked to before and complete your quest and go again. Every time you finish one of these little brackets, you'll get a new quest that you can go and do to advance to the next one. Right now, I'm on the last one to become a paladin, and I really just want to do it and see what the end of this beautiful quest line leads me to. The next thing to do is pick your weapon that you like the most, and there's a lot of them, and level them up to level 20. What points you get in here depends on your build, and you can definitely go check out the build that you're planning to do in New World Builds or the Baggins Discord. There's a lot of places where you can actually check out what to go for. And well, how do you level your beautiful weapon? You pick it up and you start killing enemies. There are many places where there's a lot of enemies to go in there and kill. I personally really like this place with the little boars in Restless Shore right here, just north of the main settlement, because not only I'm killing them, but I can also skin them to get myself some leather, some obvious gold, and also some leveling up of my leather. Also, it reminds me of back in the day when this was the big farm on the release of the game, so I really do like it. And the boars are level like 45, they're super easy to kill. And look, I just got a named epic item, that's awesome. There truly are a lot of places where you can just level them up pretty fast. Or you can just do content like daily dungeons, or level them up slowly while you're doing the campaign in the new expansion, or whenever you are getting your gear for your build. The way you want to handle it, what you want to prioritize, will be your decision, but it's good to know that this is one of the things you want to do. After this, if you really want to, you can get yourself to 250 of your trade skills: fishing, gathering, woodworking, and mining. You should have some of these gathering skills already leveled up a little bit by just leveling up, but you can start from the beginning. The path to leveling up whatever of your skills will always be the same. You start with a very low level, for example, in this case, mine, or a vein, a very low level vein to mine, there you go, and you start leveling. Iron vein, for example, you start with level 0, then silver vein at level 10, and so on and so on. I heavily recommend you the Studio Loot guides. They give you a lot of the information, and they have a very good showing of the levels of every one of the materials. You can also get special items like special mining picks with particular perks that will let you mine faster, or even armor that will let you keep more of your ore in your pockets as it will weigh less, making it so whenever you're full, you don't have to come back to your inn that many times. That being said, these are pretty expensive, and gold right now is pretty useful as the expansion is coming in, so I wouldn't personally do this. I just bought myself the mithril tools as they were not that expensive and they came with very good perks anyways, and this has been enough for me. In order to make an actual route, you want to get yourself into this website with the map, search for the type of gathering you want to do. Let's say that right now to level up you need Platinum Vein, and it will show you in the map where there are big places where they exist, giving you the chance to make yourself your own route wherever you like. There is something important though of where you want to choose this, and that is that territories level up, and depending on your level you get different bonuses. The more you explore a zone, more quests you do in one zone, the more bonuses you get, like gathering speed, or increased storage, or more experience. So ideally you want to pick a zone that you have leveled up a lot in. And honestly, leveling up zones, not a horrible idea, considering that a lot of these things you will probably do with the new expansion anyways. You'll have to level up, gather more, so might as well level those zones up as well. The last thing I would recommend you to do is, well, start gearing up your build. Start getting the gear that you're gonna need for the build that you like. But Darren, how are you gonna do that if the expansion isn't even out and we'll have to level up again? Well, there are these things called artifacts, and these items are very, very important as they give you special abilities. For example, I have my Jin head wrap that will give me a reduced base duration of non-crowd control and debuffs on me by 20%. And this can be upgraded by doing a special mini questline, as you can see in the bottom. I have to defeat Ancient Guardians enemies in Elysian Wilds while using this item, defeat Angry Earth enemies in Elysian Wilds, and then I have to upgrade this in the Gypsum Kiln, which are in all of the towns. These items will be able to be upgraded when the expansion comes to the maximum level. Now, how this is gonna actually work, we don't know. Is it actually worth it more to just gather the artifacts right now and then level them up? Or is it better to just wait for the expansion to come out and then get the artifacts? We don't know. So this is a little bit of a risky thing. Do you really want to, quote unquote, waste your time on this? It depends on you. And it's kind of fun to just go in here and start doing the activities every day, doing your expeditions, daily expeditions, mutated expeditions, your soul trials, your raids, like Hive of Gorgons, and maybe not even use these items, but instead selling them. Yeah, this is actually pretty fun to do, and you'll start getting your character a little bit. It is not necessary, but you can make your own choice on what you think is best. So check out a build that you like, on a weapon that you like, on a role that you like, and try it out. You can try PvP, PvE, and start seeing how the game actually works. But as I said before, this step is optional. But there you go, this is it. That's all I have here for you. And with this, you should be ready to the new expansion. That being said, once they actually tell us how this new endgame system will work, we're gonna have to probably will have to make another video talking about the endgame, what to do right now and what to do after the expansion launches. So definitely subscribe to the channel so you can see when that comes out. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning. See you guys around. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.